What's up, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Shad. Today we're going to be making a breakfast. We're going to be making bacon and spinach frittatas and breakfast potatoes. Let's get started. So first you want to cut half an onion. If your eyes start tearing up when you're cutting up onions, a good way to prevent that is to put down a wet paper towel right next to the onion. And a way to stop your eyes from burning is to stick your head in the freezer for a few seconds. It may sound stupid, but that shit actually works. All right, so next we're gonna cut up a garlic clove. We need about 2 of them, 2 nice sized ones. We want to get 2. You want to crush both of them. When you crush it, it makes it easier to peel. And it makes it easier to cut when you're ready to start cutting them. All right, that's ready. Now we're gonna cut up some portobello mushrooms. You don't have to add mushrooms, but I like to add them in my frittatas. Also, when you're making a frittata, you don't need to use you can use anything in your refrigerator, really. Anything that you want to put in there, you can put in there. Pop these caps on. You can put broccoli in there, sausage, chicken, mushrooms, spinach, anything you want. Just stuff that you always have in your refrigerator. Chop these up. And it's something different. I feel like people get intimidated by doing different things, but this is really simple and it's different. So when people see you cooking it, they just gonna be like, yo, what's this? This shit good, I ain't never had this before. Just a basic old frittata. All right, while that pan's getting hot, we're gonna crack these eggs. So for the frittata, you need about 6 eggs, or just depending on how many people you have it over. If it's just you and maybe 2, 3 other people, that's all you need is 6 eggs. Enough to make a whole pan. All right, we're gonna whisk that up. Then we're gonna add some half and half. About a 1/4 cup. Mix that in there. All right, that's mixed up. Now we're gonna add some white pepper. Some sea salt. Some Creole seasoning. I put this in everything. Just adds a nice flavor to it. Roasted garlic. then some smoked paprika. Give that a little mix. And that's all good. Now we just add the ingredients to the pan. Get that cooking in there. When that garlic starts turning nice and brown, start adding the onions. Throw that in there. Give that a little mix. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and throw these mushrooms in here. Once again, you don't have to put everything that I put in here inside of your frittata. All right, that's looking pretty good. The bacon looking done. We're gonna let it cook for a little bit longer. Then we're gonna add the spinach. After that spinach wolfed down, then we're gonna add the eggs and pop it in the oven. All right, we're gonna add our spinach now. It may look like a lot, but it'll wilt down. Now the spinach is wilted and it's looking really good, smelling really good. So now, the next step is to add the eggs. Turn down the heat a little bit. Slide them eggs in there. Get everything mixed in together. This should look good already. All right, so when you're making the frittata, it goes in the oven at the end. You have to let the eggs cook a bit. So as the eggs cook, you just keep pressing down on the sides. Make sure the eggs don't stick. And just let them cook. Then we're gonna add our cheese to it. First cheese I'm gonna top it off with some Parmesan cheese. Then I'm gonna add the tomatoes. Push it down in there. Then we're gonna add the triple cheddar cheese, some more of this. Basically a breakfast pizza. Deep dish breakfast pizza. Alright, so now we're gonna throw it in the oven for about 12 minutes. Get around the edge. For the breakfast potatoes, I'm gonna be using some red potatoes. I just like the flavor of red potatoes better. But really, you can use any potatoes you want. Sometimes I do a mixture of red potatoes and sweet potatoes, and it just gives a really good flavor because you get both of those potatoes, and I mean, you know how potatoes taste. And we get these nice and seasoned up. Add some roasted garlic. Some black truffle sea salt. And some pepper. Alright, that pan is nice and hot now. So we're gonna add the onions. Garlic. Let that brown for a bit. Get all those flavors in there. All right, now that those are nice and brown, I'm gonna throw in the potatoes. Add in some coconut oil. And let those fry up. Now we just need to add just a bit more flavor. So we're gonna throw some butter in there, along with the rosemary and the thyme. Let that butter melt. And get incorporated into all the potatoes. All right, now that butter's melted, we're gonna add the rosemary and the thyme. And mix that up in there. Now we just let all those flavors meld together and let the potatoes cook. All right, everything's done now, so it's time for the taste test. This shit bussin'. This shit bussin'. One more there. Try the potato. Got a nice this hot. This shit is good, bro. Let's get it. All right, thank you for joining me today. Y'all have a good time. I'm out.